Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I go by London or London Cooks, and in today's tutorial we are making some Barbi fried chicken, aka barbecue fried chicken. Now first, if this is your first time here, hit the pause button and subscribe. I promise you won't regret it, and we're always welcoming new cooking friends to the fam. And don't forget to turn your post notifications on just so that you're not missing any of these wonderful tutorials. Don't forget to like this video and comment with any questions or concerns. If you like what you're seeing, stay tuned. Here's everything that we're using today. So I do have some chicken here that has been washed using cool water, lime juice, and vinegar. And this is about 2 pounds. I do have 3 drumsticks and 3 chicken thighs. We're going to be using some Sazon strictly for coloring, and this is about a half a packet. Paprika, garlic powder, all-purpose seasoning, chicken seasoning, Cayenne Pepper, which is optional, and this is salt and black pepper. To season our chicken, I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of all-purpose seasoning, 2 teaspoons paprika, 2 teaspoons garlic powder, 2 teaspoons chicken seasoning, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1 teaspoon salt, but you can definitely use as much salt as you like, and 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm also going to go in lastly with the entire, well, not entire packet. This is a half a packet of the Sazon. You guys, this is optional. I'm using this only so that my chicken can have a nice, beautiful color once it's done. So now I'm just going to combine this evenly. And then we're going to allow this chicken to marinate for at least 3 hours, but you can definitely fry them or start cooking them right away for sure. All right, so my chicken is now seasoned, and I'm going to allow this to marinate for 3 hours, but as I did mention, you can definitely start cooking these right away for sure. This is about 2 cups of flour, which I did add 2 teaspoons of each of the seasonings that I used to season our chicken. And so I'm just going to give this a shake just to allow all of these to combine evenly. And then I'm going to add my chicken to here just to coat it and get it ready for frying. I'm using a deep fryer to fry my chicken today, so I did already turn it on just so that it could preheat. And of course, the cooking time will go by a lot faster versus using a pot. I do have a fried chicken tutorial where I did fry the chicken in the pot. I can definitely list a link for that below so that if you are using a pot to fry your chicken, then that'll give you an idea as to how to fry it. Here's everything you need to make the barbecue sauce from scratch. So I do have 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, honey, ketchup, ginger, garlic, and pimento seasoning. If you don't have this seasoning on hand, you can use ground ginger, fresh crushed ginger, or you can just leave this out altogether. And also a little dark soy sauce for color. So to the bowl that already has the sugar, I'm gonna go in with about 3/4 of a cup of ketchup. About a 1/4 cup of honey, and there's already brown sugar in here, so we definitely don't want this to be too sweet. About 2 teaspoons of that dark soy sauce, and if you don't have dark soy sauce on hand, feel free to use regular soy sauce. But this is literally only to help to give the sauce a little bit of nice brown, just like barbecue sauce had. So you don't need too much of dark soy sauce. And I'm also going to go in with only a 1/2 teaspoon of the ginger, garlic, and pimento seasoning. And I'm going to add a little water to here just to loosen things up a little bit, and then set this aside for our chicken. If you wanted to add even more flavor to this, you can definitely swap out the water with apple juice or pineapple juice. I don't have either one of those on hand at this time, so I'm using water. So you don't want this to be too thick, and you don't want it to be too runny. I'm going to continue to stir this until the sugar has fully dissolved in here, and then I will set this aside for when it's time to dip the chicken in here. And this is the consistency. That's perfect. Now it's time to fry our chicken. So I'm using a deep fryer, and this has been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. When using a deep fryer, your chicken does cook quicker compared to a pot, so please keep in mind, you guys, that the cooking time will vary. I'm going to allow these to fry for about 20 minutes, but if you use your pot, bear in mind, it may take longer to cook. And so I will list the link below to my fried chicken video where I did go ahead and fry my chicken in the past using a pot, and I do also go into details how I fry the chicken. This is completely optional also, you guys, but I did add 2 Scotch bonnet peppers to here. I have some pepper in hand. I don't want these to waste, but this Scotch bonnet pepper will also release aroma, which will add just a little bit of flavor to the chicken, and I did not cut them. So again, you don't have to do this, but if you do use Scotch bonnet pepper, please be careful not to let them burst. Our first batch of chicken is now done. And do you guys see how beautiful these are already looking? So I'm going to place these on a wire rack just so that they can drain any excess oil. And I'm now going to go in with the second batch of chicken. I decided to split these into 2 batches just so that I'm not overcrowding my fryer, which would cause the temperature to drop. My second batch into fried. At this point in time, I have preheated my oven to 380 degrees. Our second batch is now done, and now it's time for the best and the easiest part. Look at this beautiful fried chicken, you guys. You definitely could eat them just like this for sure, but then it'll defeat the entire purpose of what we're doing, which is barbecue fried chicken. So lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and brush some of that barbecue sauce that we prepared earlier on each side of this, and then I'm going to place them in the oven to bake for about 5 minutes or so, just to get that barbecue flavor soaked in here. Feel free to do this however you like. You can dunk these, you know, you can definitely apply this sauce on here however you like, but you want to ensure that you're getting both sides and you're getting every part of this chicken with the sauce. Now, something I want to mention, if you don't have an oven, you can sauce the chicken, but I will definitely advise that you do it fresh out of the oil when the chicken is nice and hot. Sauce it as soon as it comes out of the oil and just leave them to rest for about 5 minutes or so. But I like to add my chicken in the oven to finish off because, once again, I feel like whenever you do it that way, it allows the barbecue flavor to really get soaked in here. Also, you guys, if you want to add alcohol to your barbecue sauce, please feel free to do so. You can add it just the same way how we added all the ingredients and place it in the oven to bake. There's no need to allow the alcohol to cook off or anything of that nature. I have definitely done this a few times in the past where I've added either apple vodka, tequila, and even rum, and it was so delicious. Feel free to experiment for sure. Prepare the sauce to your liking. And if you prefer to use bottled barbecue sauce and don't want to put the time and effort into making this sauce, that is totally fine. So these are now nice and lathered up in the barbecue sauce. And I'm now going to add these to the oven to bake for 8 minutes. I used most of my sauce. I will add them to oven to bake. I will add these to the oven to bake for 8 minutes just to allow that barbecue sauce to get nice and soaked in here. No more than 8 minutes, you guys, especially if your chicken is fully cooked or fully fried, because you definitely do not want to dry these out for sure. If you think that your chicken is undercooked on the inside, please leave them in there for a little bit longer for sure. Our chicken is now done, and you guys, honestly, these look like Jamaica KFC quality. Okay? Talk to me nice. But these are done, you guys, and now I'm just gonna plate these up. They smell absolutely delicious, and this was super, super easy to make. Alright, you guys, there you have it. Barbecue fried chicken, aka Barbi fried. We're having this as a part of our Sunday dinner, so I'm having mine with some mashed potatoes and some sauteed beans and carrots, but of course, feel free to serve this with anything that you'd like. Again, you guys, you know I like to preach. You don't have to follow anyone's recipe to a T. Switch things up if you must. Take something out, add something. That is the whole point of home cooking, to do things exactly how you like it. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoy this recipe. If you try it with your families and friends, don't forget to leave a comment with any questions, concerns, or just anything whatsoever. And so follow me on all socials, Instagram, Pinterest, everything will be listed. Check out my website, londoncooks.com, and I will list the link to that below for any recipes that I don't share here. And thank you guys again so much for watching. See you guys in the next tutorial, and happy cooking, you guys.